G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Weekend Mish. Now you would have seen last episode, Riley had a pretty serious accident. So on this episode, we're going to give a quick debrief, run down what happened, and then spend the next 4 days hunting, exploring, and packrafting out of here. Let's get into it. Starting to get a little tuckered out here, but that's alright. Well, I'm sitting right here at the site of Riley's pickup, and the whole story is pretty fresh, so I thought I'd do a quick recount just to inform those who might maybe have a position like this in the future. I hope not. So essentially, we were climbing up this lateral moraine to find camp tonight, and we found a route that went. So we were all the boys were happy, comfortable and safe, and we communicated that. So we started our ascent up here. We're probably about 95% of the way through the ascent. Even after two of us, Finn and I, had both gone at that same section. For some reason, Riley, he grabbed onto a rock and that rock went. And that rock fell maybe about a metre, but it was also about this big, straight onto his leg, putting a lot of pressure on his thighs and then ultimately forcing his right leg into a nearby rock and gashing it up really, really bad just below the knee. So from there, we assessed, wow, there was only one course of action, and that was to call emergency services. We did that, and then we began tending to Riley as much as we could. So we covered the wound and then started maybe a 150 metre kind of bum shuffle for Riley back down, really luckily actually to a place where the chopper could come and land and pick him up. And we were a little bit concerned we may have to be here overnight, and we were preparing for that eventuality. But luckily through the inReach communications, we found that the chopper was coming in tonight. So we think the response time was about an hour and a half. And we are self-proclaimed in the most remote part of New Zealand. So that is absolutely incredible. We're eternally grateful for those services. And yep, they came in. They found us, located us pretty quickly after a couple of passes. And one of the medical ladies in the team jumped out, checked up on Riley, and then the chopper came back in a second time and has gone away with him. So we are now left to camp up here. So we're going to camp here tonight, and then we're going to spend the next 2 to 3 days picking our route out of here really safely. And then we'll go visit Raz if he's still bedridden, or hopefully he's hopping around on crutches. But it's a great reminder to always have a very quick connection to the outside world, whether that's through inReach, EPIRB, or ideally both. But yeah.
Oh my word.
Good morning.
It's the morning post the incident. Now in the daytime, this may give some more context. So the incident happened up in there. We got Riley down onto this plateau. Riley was sat here for maybe an hour. The chopper landed pretty much right where our tent is.
I think we're living in paradise. Pretty crazy turn of events, really. Pretty incredible what you can do in 90 minutes. Yeah, you sort of go from having a leg crushed by a rock to being in a helicopter 90 minutes later. It's pretty insane. Pretty grateful for those people out there just doing the good work.
Nice view Riley picked. Large glacier moving all through the night, and where the glacier used to be.
Probably the coolest place I've ever been in my entire life, which is a pretty crazy coincidence because it was also the site of a pretty scary accident for all of us, but we're just grateful it wasn't worse. And yeah,
We're getting ready to shoot back up over here and continue on with our walk out. Tent's getting packed down. The boys are doing the last little bits of pack up. We're gonna make our ascent up to the top here.
It's one of the coolest spots ever, eh?
We're going to have reasonable spacing, and we're also going to have helmets on to keep the old noggin safe from rockfall. Cheers camp last night, absolutely stunning. We move forward. Yeah, so we're expecting around a 3-day walk out of here. We potentially could do it in 2, but we've treated ourselves to a reasonable sleep in just to decompress and stuff. For now, we're just gonna go slow and safe and continue onwards. Not far to go here, just gotta get up just to watch for rockfall and then, yeah, we're away. Well, we did it. After all that, we made it to the top of the climb. Now we gotta find a route down.
Oh, Ben. The last little crux of the trip, hoping we can get a descent off one of these bluffs down to the bushline. It's just absolutely epic country. We're all saying this is the coolest place we've ever been in our lives. It's just unbelievable here at the Trinity. Just to offer some context as to the route description and photograph that we're looking at, it depicted the glacier about level with these rocks in front of us. Now there is absolutely no glacier and around 200 vert from where we are to the bottom. We have an incredible look north to a huge portion of the Southern Alps. Have Mount Aspiring behind me in the back and some incredibly famous deer hunting country behind me. The very few route descriptions there are of this is not positive. Out that creek, and then we're going to turn a left. We're going to go through a very famous gorge that is reasonably challenging, and then out to our Packrafts in 2 to 3 days time. Sorry Raz mate, you've had a howler here and you've missed out on a pretty good view, but no worries. Oh, we're just parked up here having some food. Upon reflection, we're fairly happy that Riley did not suffer the same fate as the geriatric mountain antelope that he shot the other day. It fell about 100 meters off a cliff, so it's all looking positive from here. Time for about 9 garlic butter peanut butter wraps. Just parking up, transferring some footage now, and doing a wee bit of editing. The boys are just having a snooze under the fly, under a rock here, and just resting up, and probably go for a hunt this evening.
He wasn't a good fit for me.
Watching the intern and about to make some soup.
We've made camp, I suppose, just over in here, and we're gonna get ready to go check out a potential rock biv up in this stuff, and then we're gonna push down for an evening hunt. Some pretty famous deer country, and there's definitely the right bloodlines in here to produce a donkey, so hopefully said donkey shows itself tonight and we can have a crack. We've just come into a small mob of chamois bucks pretty much straight away. We're sitting down here at about 250 yards below us. Good signs for the start of the hunt, but we're pretty focused on looking for a stag at the moment, so we're going to continue dropping closer to the bush line. This country down here is just absolutely unreal. Potentially some of the best we've seen all trip. Tomorrow, we're needing to make our way off. Yeah, down through this side of through here. Now, for those of you who don't know why we've been hunting in the mornings and evenings so consistently, it's because the deer are super cautious animals, and they mainly will only feed out into the open country where we can hunt them in the mornings and the evenings, because they're staying away through the middle of the day from people like us and from helicopters most of all. First deer for the evening spotted, way over on the other side there. One thing worth noting on these trips is we're putting ourselves in a wilderness position where the deer numbers are low, and locating a really, really big stag can be incredibly challenging. But ultimately, I think for us as a group, it really is the pinnacle of hunting, or one of the pinnacles of hunting in New Zealand, so we will keep persevering. This is not easy hills to walk around in. Holy moly. Cheeky little bugger likes Riley's rifle. Well, that's about us for the evening. It's time to head back and watch Crazy Rich Asians in the tent. I'm pretty excited to get in there. Haven't seen it before, so should be a good time. The boys are back at camp now, and the nights are going to go, and they always go. Cook up a feed, jump in bed, watch a bit of a movie, and doze off. End of day 10. Absolutely stunning up in here. Still no big stag, but hey, we've got a couple evenings left, so we'll just keep sending it. Good morning again.
The boys are all set for the next 2 days of bush bashing and climbing down, and good thing we've got about 20 hours of walking ahead and 20 hours of the Fellowship of the Ring audiobook.
The riches he had brought back from his travels had now become
Big day,
a local.
the big boys.
We've hit the first kind of sign of the next 8 hours of today, so how excited are you out of 10?
Ooh, 11. 12.
Ooh. Nice, guys. We have now entered the bush, and this is us for the next 7 hours probably. A little bit of beer sign. So far the bush travel has been absolutely delicious. However, I'm sure we'll eat our words at some point soon. I'd say the next 2 days will go quite a lot like this. Here we are, we're down into the main river here. So the boys are just kind of getting across one of our only major obstacles for today. And that's this quite glacial river. We don't want to go down there where it starts gorging out. She's getting bloody deep for sure. There's a lot of water to cross here. We're gonna give it a fair go. Hopefully no swimming. We go across here, it looks delicious. Absolutely stunning beech forests here. There's bound to be some giant stags walk through this very bush. A brief moment's bliss before we return to the punishment of the bush. We have packed up lunch and we're continuing on down the valley. It's bloody hot and sweaty. Well, we've now arrived at the flat that we want to hunt tonight and camp at, but we've first got to get across these 2 quite large rivers. We've crossed the river now and we've spotted 2 deer straight away, not a stag. And we're only looking for a stag at the moment, but really cool to see. Continuing to stalk our way along the flats here. The wind is in our face. Pretty good. We're seeing a lot of pines. Just hoping that the next deer we see is a stag. And that's a wrap for tonight. We're just getting ready to set camp right at the foot of tomorrow's beast. And that beast is called the 10-hour gorge. I'll leave it up to your imagination why it's called the 10-hour gorge. And we'll see you in the morning.
Alright, camp's all packed up, and as talked about, we are going to begin the descent of the 10-hour gorge behind me here. It's kind of written itself into New Zealand's history books amongst deer hunters and hikers and travellers, and we're really excited to tick it off.
And go! Go! Parkour! Actually making bloody good time at the moment. It's been quite pleasant boulder hopping on the side as opposed to sidling up in the bush. Now we've reached an impassable section in the river down here, so now we're going to climb up. Shouldn't be too bad. It's getting much worse. Riley's definitely taking the easy way out of here. And we've found a couple of little good pathways here. Passing down the packs through a little gap here. Goes good for about 5-10 meters. Little prezzy waiting for us, and that is pack rafts. We've got a fair bit of punishment before we get to that. Here the gorge is throwing at us a bit of a false hope with a lovely meandering section. We still got some work to do. We're at a creek called Halfway Creek, which is not quite halfway. It's taken us about 2 hours to get here, and we're off again. Don't want to take a spill here. No good. Oh, look at that. It's just like someone's cut a bloody track through here.
Speed record, we on. Let's keep moving.
The river is pumping. It's pretty awesome. Trying to come up through there. Still got to go. And a long way down.
Well, this is about our 3rd hour now, and we've done about 2 Ks. This is 4 hours in. Keep hustling. Another 5 hour dream still alive. Whatever he's waffling about. And we can see our first glimmer of hope. We can see the start of the flats. Just next to Arrawater Bill's rock biv. Arrawater Bill is a pretty famous fellow around these parts. Now this rock biv probably only sleeps 1, potentially 2 with a bit of excavation, but yeah, pretty crazy to think old mate Bill spent a fair few nights in here, shacked up, looking for some gold and all other things. All right, and that is us. Boomfa, all done, 12:33. 10-hour gorge done in 4 hours and 30 something minutes. That, sadly, ticks off all the major walking for this incredible mission of ours. About half the distance of the trip still remains. We're going to tick that half of the distance off in Packrafts. The journey is not over. Well done, boys.
Good job.
Well done, fellas.
Too easy.
Time to find our packraft drop off now. Packrafts, food, fishing rods, and everything else we need to have an epic next 2 days. And look at that, on our way out, the cache point has been located. We can see it, life jacket, hanging on a tree. Huge thanks to Pete at Wanaka Helicopters. The team dropped this off for us, and man, it has just made this journey that much more epic for us. So thank you so much to Pete and the team at Wanaka Heli, that's bloody awesome.
Pete, you're a legend. Big thanks, mate.
Now we're going to transport this kit into rafts, head down to the river, which is just over here, and then raft down around 7 Ks to where we're going to camp tonight. Now when we reach camp tonight, these boys are going to head off. They're going to try reach what we have called the pole of inaccessibility, which is essentially the furthest point in New Zealand from a road. Meanwhile, I'd say I will likely hold down the fort and fish and hunt the evening away. And the boys getting ready to go in the water.
It's always a fair bit of admin pumping these old rafts up.
And that is us. So we got 1 packraft each, got 2 2-man packrafts to carry a bit of extra kit. This is my chariot here. The green is Finn, my brother Finn's, and yellow is Technological Finn in the far distance there. Raft is away, straight into a little rapidy section actually, so now the old float begins. Not a bad gig. Just coming up to a bit of a section with a few logs, so we're just going to give each other some space, cruise down here nice and safe. Man, it sure is good to put the pins up. Ooh, looking forward to the next 2 days. Ooh. Time to eddy out here. Nice, nice, nice. Well, I'm gonna start carting the gear over, and the boys are keen to do another climb. They're climbing to the point of inaccessibility, which is the furthest point anywhere from a road in New Zealand. For me, I'm gonna stay behind. I'm gonna do a bit of hunting and fishing, so should be a great little afternoon.
We're down in the Arrawater River, and we are about to go right up there to the pole of inaccessibility, the furthest point from any road in New Zealand, the absolute remote of all remote, an epic way to top off our adventure. Yeah, the 2 fins are going at it, so pretty looking forward to getting up there and sending it.
It's so arduous an expedition that set off in February is believed to be the only one to have made it to the point in Mount Aspiring National Park, and it wasn't without drama.
500 metres from the pole of inaccessibility. How's it looking, mate?
I just fell into a knee-deep swamp hole, and that's the least of our worries. So
We are on the prominent knob 907, that is aspiring. That is finished, is our side from the point of inaccessibility. Here's our point of inaccessibility. Slight balls up. This is what Google Maps told us to come to, and the InReach is not saying the same thing. So anyway, maybe this is the point of inaccessibility. Maybe it's just some other random epic place. Worth a bit of a walk up here anyway. Let's get the hell out of here.
yeah, let's do it.
Tent set up, all done, listening to some tunes, bloody good. There's a very nice little pool in here that looks pretty fishy. That'll be me until it gets a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, and then I'm hunting. The river conditions don't look great. I'd say I'd be pretty hard pressed to find something, but never know until you try it. Pretty much the only clear water I can find is in this pool, right next to camp. I'm gonna have a few flicks in here, and then I'll try it in the dirty water down where the main braid comes up. Got a little bit of a soft bait set up on the Okurma setup. The fishing's actually a lot better than expected. Look at that, we've got a little wee brownie here. So stoked. Not big fish, but very cool. It's just a beautiful wee brown trout in the high country river. So sick. I'm rested up, had a bit of a fish, and now it's time to go for a hunt. First things first, gotta cross the wee river. One last go at this. Now the wind is perfect. I'm just hoping I can get enough height to look down over this stuff, but it looks bloody awesome. I've just spotted some deer up in front of me. They're right where I want to go for this evening's hunt. I'm pretty much left with no choice but to carry on pushing up to where these deer are. More than likely they'll spook, but I can't see anything from here, so I need a better vantage point. These deer are now walking straight towards me. It's not going to help finding the big stag. I'm just enjoying this encounter too much. That must be about 60 metres away now. 40 metres now. The sandflies are getting real bad. She is not worried at all. Coming even closer. Now finally those bloody deer have moved on. So I can stop getting attacked by sandflies. Come down a little further and haven't seen any more deer, so I'll wait until right on last light and then make tracks back to the tent. And that is the last hunt of the trip for me. I'm back at the tent now. I've been chilling, and yeah, boys are about to make dinner and get ready for a day rafting tomorrow. See you tomorrow?
Oh god, yes, tomorrow.
Sounds like an absolute hellhole up there, but well done, lads. Good stuff, mate. Oh no.
That's a big shift.
Arrawatta Valley, 10:15. It's a swim. Wow, that is impressive. Holy hecker.
It's never good when the sandflies sound like rain.
Well, good morning. It's another day and we're packing up to get on the raft. All this, and then we're about to go down that way. Alrighty, we have got about 40 k's of river roughly in front of us. Fishing rods, snacks, and a really positive attitude. We're about 25 minutes in and she's just starting to get a little bit old here. Finn thought he'd spice things up here a little bit.
Rachel, happy? She's just lucky to be here.
That is Crazy Rich Asians, the third time round this trip. Gets better every time. Nothing like a good three-way raft up. Still fishing, no hits yet, but we keep trying.
I hope you're not lonely without me.
We're on the lure.
Gonna get him before the rapids.
Oh,
Oh, he's a good one.
real. Yeah, boy. Got a fatty. Oh, what a fatty boy. It's a real good one. Look at that.
Phew, absolute beauty. Freaking stoked with that.
Yeah, mate. Catch you later, mate. It's all good.
Nice. Stoked.
Quick stop for a bit of lunch. Bit of a freezy and a wrap, and then we're out of here. Still got like 20 odd K of river to do. We are back on the road again, heading down. Very crazy. We actually have to fight for our meters now instead of just sit and wait for them. It's not the easy finish we expected. We're mere hours away from finishing this epic adventure. It is now so windy that it is in fact white capping on the river. It's starting to get a little tuckered out here, but that's alright. Little bit of a side quest down here, and we are not far away at all. I can see the bridge way off in the distance there. T-minus 1k to go. That is it, the sign of the finished mission. Right at the last minute, we've lost a water bottle. There's the bridge, we're gonna go around the corner. Who's gonna get it? Oh, Finn's on top of it now. The bridge above. It's a real shame to not be finishing it with Raz, but we've completed the mission in Riley's honour, even though he's still alive. Well, that's a wrap for us. I don't even know where to begin to summarise the last 13 days. It's been absolutely hectic. You know, we went from a very scary injury and incident to the hills to an incredible packraft out today. Some really awesome animals shot, some really awesome animals seen and observed, and overall just the adventure of a lifetime, really. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe, all that weird stuff. Thank you so much for the support, and we will see you on the next one.
Stage around here.